Hi everyone, and welcome back to Annie Kate Adventures. Thank you so much for joining me and staying tuned to all of my fun blog posts and videos. Today what I have for you is going to be a fun list of things that we can do right now. 5 things you can do right now while in quarantine that can remind you of travel. So the first thing I have is to watch a movie or read a book related to travel. One thing that, even if we can't go outside, I think one thing that's a really nice idea would be to read a book on travel. One of my favorite books is Eat, Pray, Love, where it's kind of an adventure one of my favorite books is one that's also a movie, which is Eat, Pray, Love, where you kind of go on an adventure to all of these different places. I think she goes to like India, Italy for food, and Bali, I think is where she goes. So that's a fun one where you get to go and kind of get inside someone else's mind who is traveling. Another movie, it could be, Billy Elliot. I'm a big fan of everything London related and in English, so watching an English movie is always something that's nice to kind of take me there. A second thing that you can do is watch or play. So another thing, number 2 thing that you can do while quarantining, but can remind you as if your heart is traveling, is playing an international game or a game that requires you to go to different places. So a couple examples could be GeoGuessr. This is a fun game that you can actually play with people away as well. And it's a website, so you go to geoguessr.com and it pinpoints you somewhere in the world, and based on things around you, you have to guess where you are. So that's a fun one. Another one is Ticket to Ride, and Ticket to Ride is much more of a strategy game and fun to do with maybe your family if you're all at home, probably for older age people, because it does require a lot of strategy stuff, getting to point A to point B, but that's a really fun game. That's also, you can go from St. Louis to Chicago, or where you have to basically try and figure out different ways to get from point A to point B using your little train. So I think you're building a railroad, one of the two, but it's really fun. Number 3, another thing that you can do. So third thing that you can do to remind you of travel is creating an authentic international meal. So for example, I might not be able to go to Italy, but I can bring Italy here by maybe cooking some authentic linguine, or a couple weeks ago my mom and we have fresh tomatoes, so we made homemade bruschetta as they say in Italy, and we ate it outside and pretended as though we were there. I think we have when we were in Italy, we got when we were in Italy, we got a balsamic, and so we'll still use just very sparingly that balsamic vinegar and put that on top of, say, a caprese salad, which you can see a recipe for my caprese salad here. I'll add that in a link, so you can see that there. But Italy is one of my favorite Italy was one of my favorite places to go, so cooking it in an authentic meal can kind of, even if you can't go there, but bring it to you. Number 4 thing that you can do while at home is, number 4 is one of my personal favorites, and that is reminiscing. So what you can do is you can either, for me and my family, when we go and travel, we'll sometimes create a book, in which I also think is just a really good way to kind of document where you've been or what you've been doing. So pull out a book and go through pictures. Book's just one way to kind of preserve a memory. I know people who will journal, and that's one that I think I will probably try and do in the future. So you can do that, or again, if, say, for example, I'm a person that loves to travel with my friends, so I could just FaceTime a friend. I have a friend that lives in New York, so I might FaceTime my friend who lives in New York and talk about an adventure that we've been on together. So that's really nice to do if you have friends that you've traveled with in the past, or even family members, and even if they're not with you, you can still FaceTime with them and reminisce on a previous travel. And then number 5, the last one, again, this one might cost a little bit, or again, it doesn't have to, it's kind of up to you, but I also find it to be very family friendly, and that is to transform your space into a travel destination. So you could go online, and this is a recommendation from my sister's boyfriend, which I thought was really good. But so you could transform your own space. For example, say you want to have a Hawaiian themed destination, you could get tiki torches and like Lay's and grill outside and kind of transform it that way. If you wanted to have a Mexican themed space, you could, you know, maybe get some authentic Italian from a local location, and with authentic tortillas. There's a big difference between normal and tortillas, and you can even set the tone, so not even like just buy a couple of things that remind you of another location as though you're transporting yourself there, but you could also, you know, put some authentic music, like play Spanish music, or again, maybe with your Italian meal that you were making, you could play some Italian music, classic Italian music when eating. So those were 5 things that I recommend. Those are 5 recommendations or ideas of traveling while not traveling. As many of you guys know, traveling is something that we can't necessarily do wholeheartedly now. I think things are starting to open up depending on where you're going, but if you're not, you know, able to plan right now, or maybe a vacation that you had previously planned got pushed back, these are just a few ways from your own safety of your own home, ways that you can go and travel. Thank you so much for watching. So those are my 5 things of ways that you can travel, as we say, while in quarantine. And if you like this video and would like to see more, please comment and especially subscribe to my channel, and check back at the blog, because I'll be, again, uploading much more posts and videos on my own travels, ideas, and all things related. So thanks so much for watching. Bye.